New at 10, those working and living in nursing homes are preparing for distribution. The Texas Department of State Health Services giving residents at long-term care facilities first priority to receive the long-awaited vaccine. And as Eyewitness News reporter Zach Briggs explains, there could be some logistical challenges ahead.
Hospitals across Texas are preparing for the big day when distribution of the coronavirus vaccine can begin. But hospitals aren't the only facilities getting ready.
I've been in long-term care now for well over 20 plus years.
That's Kevin Warren, president and CEO of the Texas Healthcare Association. The agency represents more than 3,000 nursing homes and assisted living centers.
If we can begin the administration of the vaccination process, then that will, ideally, if we, cutting down and reducing the mortality rate that COVID has with residents in long-term care facilities.
Warren says 7% of Texas coronavirus cases come from those living in long-term care. The focus now is on screening potential candidates for the upcoming vaccine, while realizing not everyone will be on board.
One of the things that we're encouraging facilities to do is to begin their discussions with not only the residents, but also the staff as well about, what the process and what it's going to be like and obtaining consents.
Warren stressed it's vital for staff and residents to be educated about the vaccine and its known side effects. He adds there are some continued challenges ahead with making sure the virus's spread is cut down, all while administering a shot that could save lives.
Managing the long term when you've got staff that may turn over or go to another facility. And so how do we ensure that staff coming into the building are vaccinated, and so that we're keeping track of everything in accordance with the vaccine process.
Zach joins us live. Zach, when can long-term care facilities expect to begin distribution of the coronavirus vaccine?
Well, Sharon, Warren tells me that the first doses of the coronavirus vaccine could be distributed as soon as next week, but we do know that they are tier 1, the people in the facilities, those are the residents, the healthcare workers, and here in Texas alone, over 4,000 people living in nursing homes have died due to the coronavirus. Reporting live tonight, Zach Briggs, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.
Zach, thank you. Coronavirus cases continue to rise in Bexar County. Tonight, officials are reporting 1,090 new cases. There are 6 new deaths. Hospitalizations are also trending upward tonight. There are 716. That's up 58 since Thursday. Officials warn we must continue wearing masks and practicing social distancing.
For the latest on coronavirus cases in Bexar County and developments on the vaccine, visit KENS5.com.